Alright, so I know this is really long overdue. It's been actually looking at my last video about Animation Mentor, it's been a whole year. Actually more than that. Since that video was in August and it's like December right now. But anyways, I've been planning on trying to make this video ever since the end of my first class, which I just never got around to it, and then second class, and then never got around to it. So right now I am starting animation 4 out of 6 next week. So it's really, I guess, like halfway into it, and I just felt like I needed to make this. If you are interested in animating or even just trying it out, seeing what it's like, Animation Mentor, I highly recommend. This is probably just going to be a giant ad for Animation Mentor, but it's seriously the best school I've ever been to. So Animation Mentor, in case you didn't know, is an online school for 3D character animation. And it's seriously, I cannot recommend it enough. If you're interested, they even have like the Maya workshop, which if you're not 100% sure, I recommend. That's, I think, a 6-week course where you just kind of learn the basics of Autodesk Maya. You learn the software, they give you like little animation tests that you have to do. It's actually really fun. I highly recommend it, even if you're not 100% sure. I believe it's $700, which isn't bad. Especially compared to most of the other schools, you're going to be spending a lot more if you went to a bigger name college. And I gotta say, I feel like I know much more right now through Animation Mentor than any of the bigger schools I could have went to. And I spend a lot less money too. So class is 1 day a week. You actually have a Zoom meeting where you just join, and it's typically a class of like 8 to 10 people. So that class does get filled up pretty quickly when you register. You use that time basically to just ask any general questions or any questions about your critique or your assignment. The mentor typically does a really good job at explaining. I haven't had any issues at all contacting my mentor or asking them questions. Even if they don't know, they would actually like try to learn it, and then they'll get back to you on that. All of my mentors, I love them. They're awesome. They're seriously like the nicest, best people I've ever met. And the best part of this is they are actual animators. Like, this is what they do for a job. And they're using their time to also teach you animation so you can get a job in animation. If you want to work at Disney or ILM or DreamWorks, Blue Sky, like basically anywhere you can get a job. And I feel like I have a better chance of getting a job in the animation industry because of Animation Mentor. I mean, I'm only at, well, class 4 starts next week actually, so it'll be, well, I'm gonna try to upload this the same day. So yeah, next week, on the 4th. And I'm about halfway through, and I feel like I just know so much more compared to if I went to another college. So the best part is, because it's online, you don't need to go to a college. You could just use your computer. As long as you have a decent computer to run Maya on, and like a webcam microphone, and good internet, of course, you're pretty much set. You can take a class through Animation Mentor. It's not even limited to anywhere. Like, I know some of my previous classmates from like Africa or Australia, Germany, like anywhere around the world, you can actually take their class, and that's the best part. Even like when COVID hit, everyone's going online. Not much has really changed for us because we were online anyway. So that was pretty cool to see. Now, of course, you do need to limit your time. You need to like focus. Don't save your time till like the last day or so before your assignments due. But that kind of goes for everything, like college and high school. Like that's about normal. So for assignments, we have to turn it in before Sunday at 12 p.m. So once you submit it, then you would get a critique or like your feedback from your mentor. Typically, they do this like the day of or the next day. Of course, it also depends on how busy they are with their own work and family and everything else going on in their life. But it's really cool because it's a video of them, and they have your shot pulled up or your assignment, and they have tools in the website you can draw over. So if they're saying like, oh, you need to bring this elbow up, they can circle that and you will see it, and then they can typically they draw over like what the arm should be like to help you visualize and understand what it should look like and why it should be like that. Maybe like instead of your arm going like nice curve over, it's going up and down and like just looking poppy, and little stuff like that. It's really cool to see them look at your shot. They can draw over it, they can give you real feedback, and you can actually utilize that for your next assignment, or you just learn from that and move on, go to your next shot. The other thing is the community. Like, okay, I'm not the best at talking to people, I'm not the best at being social at all, but giving feedback or receiving feedback, it's the best, because it's not just your mentor that can give you feedback. It's anyone in the animation mentor community can see your work, they can give you feedback and comment on your assignments. It's really cool to see. I mean, there's quite a bit of people here, they're not even doing assignments, they're just posting like, hey, here's this animation I tested over break, or here's my most recent demo reel. You can upload, and it's pretty awesome. There's a bunch of like different like storyboards. They have like little quick 2D animation tests. Here's some like animation videos they found on YouTube. There's actually quite a bit, and it's actually really awesome to see everyone commenting and talking. And again, I am not social at all, but I use Discord quite a bit now, and we have it's a Discord group just for my last class. Even though it's ended, we're still talking to each other, we're still giving each other feedback, because we're just trying to help each other improve. Getting to know them is a little nicer. It's really awesome to have that support. So when you're ready to register for a class, it's actually really cool because you can actually pick who you want as your mentor. It's not like college where this is your teacher. You get to choose who you want to learn from. So typically it's like a Google sheet is what we have, and it actually has a list of, this class you have these mentors, this class is these mentors, so you can look, say you're signing up for class 1, you have a list of these mentors. The next is like their times, like what time they are teaching, and it is in Pacific Standard Time, so you will have to convert that if you're in a different time zone, and also keep that in mind. But it's really cool because you can click on their links and you can view their profiles, so you can see like where they work. You can see like, okay, this mentor works at Disney, or this mentor works at DreamWorks or Blue Sky. And really, they're all really great. I initially picked a mentor because he worked at Disney before, but I would not recommend that. I would actually recommend not only just seeing what they're working on, because I mean, that's kind of cool if you are learning from someone who worked on a movie that you love, but look at their feedback, at what they're giving other students. It's really cool to see how they give feedback and what they point out, what they typically focus on. So not only I can look at like other students' work, I can also see what feedback they're getting once that's posted. It's typically in the comments section. It's like a little video. You can just click it and watch and see what they're pointing out, what they're focusing on, what they're telling that person to improve. And if that's the kind of the style you like, then maybe it's mentor you should choose. I really liked, I mean, shout out to Sean Kelly. He's an awesome animator. He is actually one of the founders of Animation Mentor, which that's why I jumped on it as soon as it was available. But he's like really like happy and energetic and very positive, and that's actually what's awesome about class or even the feedback is just I always looked forward to seeing him either like on Zoom or in my feedback. It's just because I know that he's so positive, but he also gives really good feedback. He's like, okay, you know, this is an awesome shot. You need to maybe focus on this, or maybe tweak this a little more. And it actually seriously improves my shot just a little bit. I've learned really quickly that just the tiniest little amounts of adjustment can make a huge deal in your animation and the quality of it. Now, back to what I said about Sean's class and how I jumped on it. You need to keep an eye on that registration date because, I mean, the great thing is classes are so small, so you do have a chance to actually talk to your mentor and ask questions. The bad part about that is if it's someone like Sean Kelly, or really in general, most of my classes, they sell out pretty quickly. Like the class with Sean, I'm pretty sure sold out within like the first 5 minutes of registration opening. So that's why if you have a mentor in mind, as soon as registration opens, try to jump on that and get that class that you want. And it also is helpful to have like a list of like 2 or 3 more mentors in case you don't get the very first class that you want. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what to say. It's just Animation Mentor is seriously the best school I've ever been to. I don't know. So maybe it's just because I love what I'm doing and it's just awesome to work. But I seriously highly recommend Animation Mentor if you are interested in being an animator. Even if you want to just try it. Maybe you don't know if you like it or not. They do have like the Maya Basics workshop. I believe I think that's just like a 6-week course and it's like $700. And you get a copy of Maya and you get, of course, you get to have a mentor and they basically teach you the basics of how Maya works and like little animation tests you can do. It's pretty simple, easy to do. I mean, back then it wasn't so easy, but it was still really fun. And even, especially for me, I had no idea what I was doing in Maya. It was so, I was just like mind blown. I had no idea what was going on in it. And now because I took that class, I feel like I know, I'm just like comfortable with it. It's like, okay, this is how it works. This is awesome. This is fun. It is amazing to see how far I've come in a year and still got a lot of work to do, but it's awesome. I can't wait to see what level I'm at within the next year. So yeah, I'm just really trying to keep this video short. I know it's long overdue. I really wanted to do it at the end of class 1. About a year later, here I am finally making it. So it's really like a halfway through school review. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Maybe I can do like a live stream of try to answer your questions or maybe show you what it's like to animate. I might actually start doing that a little more often because not only that helps you if you're interested in animation, but also helps me. It kind of pushes me to keep working on my shot and keep trying to be social and talk. I'm typically pretty quiet and don't really talk to people, so I'm pushing that. Maybe if you have any other interests, what you would like to see, maybe say I get like a graphics card, you want to see what the difference is in Maya, or what system I'm using, or maybe nothing about animation. Maybe you just want to know what server I have for Plex. I don't know. Just let me know in the comments. I'll try my best to make one. Try to keep those videos uploading and become a little more consistent. Animation Mentor, really, I cannot say enough to tell you it's worth it. I can't say about like any of the other online animation classes. But Animation Mentor, I highly recommend, and I would at least have you check it out. I'll put that link in the video description. Thank you for watching. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next video.